However, the sale of apartments began in November 1986, when 80% of the living space was bought in the first 8 months. At the same time, on April 27, 1985, Trump purchased one of the Atlantic City hotels, owned by Hilton, for $320 million. The complex was named Trump Castle. To cover the purchase costs, special bonds were issued, thanks to which the Trump Organization was able to service its debt to manufacturers Hanover in the amount of $40 million. On June 16, the opening ceremony of the complex took place. On the very first day of work, revenues amounted to $728,000, and in just under 6 months this figure reached $131 million. In the fall of 1983, Trump became the owner of the American football team New Jersey Generals. In his book The Art of the Deal, he writes about this: "I viewed the purchase as a risky move, a pastime that I could afford." In February 1986, in order to increase competition in the championship, a decision was made to merge the team with the Houston Gamblers. Attempts to save the U.S. Football League were futile, the season was suspended, and many players moved to NFL teams. In 1985, Trump purchased the Mar-a-Lago estate, which had 118 rooms, including 58 bedrooms, 33 bathrooms, 27 servants' quarters, a movie theater, and a dining room that could accommodate up to 50 guests. Trump paid $5 million for the Spanish Mediterranean-style property, and also incurred additional expenses related to furnishing the premises. The estate had a tennis court, and later a swimming pool and a 9-hole golf course were added. The house became a winter retreat for the family, as well as a special place to receive friends and business partners. Trump was also involved in the construction of the Jacob Javits Convention Center, as the land on which it was built belonged to him. The construction brought into conflict with the New York authorities. He estimated the project at $110 million, while the city's calculations put the figure at between $750 million and $1 billion. Donald suggested taking the cost of the project into account within the amount he had come up with, but this option was not accepted. Trump was also involved in the construction of the Jacob Javits Convention Center, as the land on which it was built belonged to him. The construction confronted Trump with the New York authorities. He estimated the project at $110 million, while the city's calculations put the figure at $750 million to $1 billion. Donald offered to take into account the cost of the project within the amount that he got, but this option was not accepted. A similar situation arose when the city attempted to reconstruct the Woolman Rink in Central Park. The renovation project was launched in 1980 and was scheduled to last 5 years. However, having spent $12 to $13 million on it, the city authorities were unable to resume its operation. In 1986, Trump offered his help, but was refused. Subsequently, journalists sided with Donald and, under public pressure, the city administration entrusted him with the work. He managed it in 6 months, saving $750,000 out of the $3 million budgeted. On November 23, 1986, the opening ceremony was held, to which the best figure skaters were invited: Peggy Fleming, Dorothy Hamill, Scott Hamilton, and many others. The profit for the first season exceeded $500,000, more than 3 times exceeding the same figure in the 1970s. In 1986, Forbes magazine estimated Trump's net worth at $700 million. However, due to discrepancies in accounting standards in the real estate industry, even the editors themselves were unsure of the veracity of the data provided. In March 1987, Trump agreed to purchase a controlling stake in Resorts International for $96.2 million. As a result, he received $600 million in junk bond debt and 2 gambling establishments, an outdated and by then unprofitable casino and the unfinished Taj Mahal. In March 1988, Donald bought the Plaza Hotel for $407.5 million. At the same time, $125 million were loans provided under Trump's personal guarantees. Between 1986 and 1990, Donald earned $375.2 million, mostly from real estate deals. The recorded cash flow averaged $1.6 million per week. That's $230,000 a day, almost $10,000 an hour, $160 a minute, or $2.66 a second.